Hey, welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of Success Without Sacrifice. So today we are talking about one of the top leadership traits that you must have. It is a way that you can make a bigger impact, not just at work, but in your life, for you to be able to play bigger and to show up the way that you want to. Stay tuned. We are talking about authenticity. So, authenticity is when you allow yourself to show up as who you are. Because if you're not showing up as who you are inside, then you are spending a whole lot of energy showing up as someone that you're not. It's almost like putting on that cape or that persona when you walk out the door to show up as someone else at work. It's inauthentic. And it's exhausting, and it can be very, very stressful. So, what is authenticity? So, authenticity is simply when you show up as who you are meant to be, who it is that you are inside. You're clear and you're focused. You understand your values and what's important to you, and you have clarity of your gifts and who it is that you are being in this world. In Western society, we kind of have it backwards in that we grow up and we think about what is it that I need to do to have what I want to have. And then at some point, we get to the place where it's just kind of like what we have really doesn't fulfill us anymore. And so we turn to who am I meant to be? And actually, it should be the other way around, really figuring out who are you meant to be so that you can make choices that allow you to do things that are aligned with who you are and that you can have the things that are really important to you. It's a much better use of energy. So how do you do that? Well, that's what we're diving into today because, especially at work, I was having a conversation today in a leadership group that I am co-facilitating. And one of the people in the group had a comment about organizations and authenticity. And the comment was that when you belong to an organization, you are to show up as your full self. You are to show up with your gifts and you are to share those gifts for the benefit of the people who work there and for the organization and the customers and clients or whatever of the organization to make it better. But what happens is sometimes the organization conforms you and they shape you. So instead of you contributing your gifts and your authenticity to help shape the organization in a positive way, the organization is trying to reshape you into something that you're not. And that's not authenticity. And it doesn't feel very good. But some people aren't clear on who they are authentically. And I would say probably the majority of people aren't clear on who they are authentically. Because what that requires and what I'm going to encourage you to do is to really do some digging in. So here are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself about uncovering who is your authentic self? Who are you meant to be? And how do you contribute that to your organization, to the world, to your life, to all of the people who are a part of it? So the very first question is, what do I like? So what I would encourage you to do is grab a journal and at the top of it, put that question, what do I like? And what do I appreciate? What do I admire? What do I enjoy? What do I love? Anything of that vein. Put it at the top of the piece of paper and just empty out. Grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe a glass of wine if it's the end of the day, and just fully consider these questions and answer for yourself, not as how you should, okay, dangerous word, how you should show up, but of what is really meaningful to you. Okay. So that's the first question. And these questions are your answers. The answers you get from these questions are your answers on more than one level. So the second question is, what do I value? And, what is it that you put meaning into? What is important? What do you find valuable in this world? What are the things that are of value to you? What are your values? And if you need some help with this, you can Google core values, or you can Google career values, and you'll find pages of them. What I encourage you to do, though, is to do it just from your mind, empty out without looking at anything else. I really want to see what comes out of your brain. And because these are your most authentic answers. And when you look at those lists, it can't be everything. It's the ones that really pull at you. Those are the ones that you put on your list if you do use that. Okay. Third question is, what are your gifts? Everybody comes into this world with gifts. They have something special about them. They have something that they contribute. And these are normally things aligned with what is easy for you to do. What is it that your friends come to you for, that people ask you for advice around? What is something that if you could teach it to anybody, you would? If, you had all the, what are the things that you can go for hours around, and it just does, it's effortless. At the end of it, you feel energized, not, just dragging, like energy vampires just sucked all the life out of you. So follow those threads, because that is going to start to paint the picture of who you are authentically. Okay. And conversely, once you've gone through these, you can do a double check and go through each one of these questions, or at least the first two, what you like and what do you value, and ask the opposite question. What don't you like? What do you dislike? I hate the word hate, but what do you hate? What rubs you the wrong way? What are the things that you don't appreciate? And that can be useful too. So, but when you uncover that, you always want to flip to the positive opposite and say, okay, if this is what I don't like, what do I want instead? What would be the positive opposite of this? And see if it's already on your list. So spend some time, maybe for a week, you just look at one of these questions. And once you plant that seed, just be aware of the things that resonate with you, of the things that don't resonate with you, and start capturing your authentic self, because this is the tool, this is the trait that is going to allow you to play bigger and show up the way that you are meant to be. So I'm Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity. And if I can help give you some clarity on your way forward in your career, your business, or your leadership journey, I would love to do just that. You can go to www.iwantclarity.com or claritywithdebbie.com, and I'll be happy to spend some time with you, helping you strategize on the way forward. So be good to yourself and have a great day. Bye-bye for now.